1,000 years ago, life was very different. Here's what people were doing just 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, the year is 1023. For most of human history, this would have been a typical year with farming, hunting, and trading, but by this time, huge changes were sweeping the world. The Silk Road was established, connecting east and west. Huge cathedrals were being built in Europe, and the Great Wall of China was well under construction. In 1023, the population of the world was about 350 million people. That's 35 times smaller than today. And Europe had just under 100 million people. Most people lived in rural areas and were either farmers or laborers working in fields, forests, or mines. Cities were just starting to grow, but they were still mostly made up of wooden buildings. The average lifespan was about 35 years old. That's because there were lots of dangerous wild animals and diseases that could kill you at any time. Also, there weren't really any hospitals or advanced medical care. If you got sick, your only hope was that a traveling doctor might pass through your village with some herbal remedies. For the first time in history, more people were living in cities, but life was still hard for most people. There was a lot of poverty and crime, and you had to be careful not to get caught in the middle of a war between kings or queens. If you were a king or queen, life was pretty sweet. In fact, for many kings, life was better than a king today. Kings like Edward the Confessor were considered the highest authority in their domain. They were also seen as the head of the church and had the power to appoint bishops and control the clergy. Many kings lived in great palaces and had access to the best food and drink that their kingdom could provide. They also had the power to make laws and raise taxes, which meant that they could build projects to improve their kingdom, such as new roads, bridges, and hospitals. Additionally, kings often had the power to grant noble titles and land to those who served them well, which created a system of loyalty and service that benefited both the king and his subjects. For most people, though, life was still difficult. You could be put to death for stealing or practicing the wrong religion. Slavery was also still legal in many places, and there were brutal wars between different kingdoms and empires. What do you think? Would you rather live today or 1,000 years ago? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos. See you next time.